Ladies and gentlemen, may I direct your attention to something quite extraordinary, quite incredible, quite unlike anything you may have experienced in your life.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Takeover Show. Episode number 51, Chewy. Episode number 51, guys. You already heard him, all right? He is owner of Duchi's. He's a big fan of tortas. We call him the Tortanator. Please give it up for my boy Chewy. Give it up, Chewy.
Busy one, but we got it.
It's been a busy week for us, dude. It's been a very busy week. Before we do get into our episode today, big ol' shout out to our partners and sponsors here at a Genuine Reference Studios. Anything music, anything sound, anything podcast, hit up Genuine Reference Studios. We'll have all that information at the bottom here below, guys. But Chewy, we have an awesome guest here today. She's a musician. She's local. She's very, very talented.
Very talented.
Guys, please help me introduce the one, the only Miss Jordan Taylor.
What's up, guys?
Jordan Taylor, 2 first names. I like that, dude. I like Jordan Taylor. I'm going to tell my mom, why didn't she fucking put 2 first names for me, dude?
Because you ain't got it like that.
I know, dog. Shit. But Jordan, thank you so much for taking your time to come all the way over here and doing this podcast with us. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to be here. Excited I can't talk.
Guys, okay, that's the end of the pod. She can't talk.
We're out
of here. Thank you so much. No, just kidding. Jordan, I've known about you here for a while now. I think last year in the middle of the year we had reached out, but in that page that we reached out actually got taken down because of this guy.
What'd you do?
Because of this guy. 5,000 followers in there, like out of here.
No, but I just went away. I don't know. Haters.
Yeah, haters. Something happened, but whatever. I remember we did reach out, and then you said, yeah, I'm down. And then I think like a week later, our page went down. And then so we had to, take a little while to put everything back together. But we finally scheduled you, finally came through. So thank you, dude. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, I'm sure there's not that many, but for those who might not know who you are, Jordan, can you kind of introduce yourself a little bit?
Well, hi, I'm Jordan Taylor, the girlie with the 2 first names. I'm a full-time singer-songwriter here in El Paso. I've been singing since I was a little girl, been performing since I was about like 12 or 13 around El Paso. Man, I'm like, what do I even say?
Damn, that's a lot, dude. That's more than what Chewy's done.
Way more.
That's cool. Born and raised in El Paso. What side of town?
I was actually born and raised first in Dallas, and then I moved here when I was 12.
But in Texas, all right?
Yeah.
All right, cool, dude. I was about to say, bro, we're going to have to end this shit for real, dude.
So you came here at the age of 12?
Yes.
Age of 12.
How was your experience seeing El Paso compared to, I'm pretty sure Dallas is way different.
Dallas is super green. It's way more humid.
There's shade in Dallas, dude. There's trees.
There's shade.
Like here in El Paso, you have to have money to have shade.
There's seasons, not every day.
Well, I guess it wasn't like too huge. It was a huge transition for sure. But I used to visit every year with my family because we have family over here. So I think the biggest transition was just leaving like the life that I had built as an 11-year-old.
All the green.
And that kind of sucks, right? Because we didn't even have phones. We didn't have anything. So you literally said goodbye.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. They were like, oh, you can have a phone. And it was a little Firefly.
Yeah.
There's like, here's mom, dad, and grandma. And I was like, thanks.
I remember, dude. I remember those.
Fireflies. Bro.
So you were saying you got into music when you were little. How young were you when you actually started kind of singing and going for it? Was it like middle school and elementary?
So singing, I guess I started singing. My mom said I started singing before I could talk. And I started talking pretty early because I watched like a bunch of like Disney movies.
Okay.
And so she said that like I would be doing something, and then as soon as like a princess would start singing, that my attention was just like boop. And that I was playing in my playroom, and she heard me like mumbling, and
Doing
she was
your
like,
thing.
what is she doing? And she came over and she was like, oh, she's singing one of the princess's songs. And so she was like, that was when you started singing. And then I joined choir in 4th grade. Yeah.
Fourth
in
grade?
4th grade.
Yeah,
I joined choir in 4th grade.
Do your parents sing? Is there any musicians in your family where you kind of took that off, or was this just you watching these princess movies?
I know my grandma used to sing. My mom played the piano, and my aunt played the violin, and I also played the violin. So I guess it kind of
In the
found
bloodline.
its way.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Man.
So mom played the violin and grandma played the piano?
Mom played the piano and sang a little bit, and my aunt played the violin. Grandma sang.
Damn, that's cool. Imagine like with the AI, you can like put all 3 of them in a song. Have
That'd
you
be
thought of
so
that?
cool. No, I haven't, but that'd be kind of scary too.
Well, I don't know if they're still alive, but I don't know the technology you could
They
do.
are.
No sea mamón.
Me la fumé chida, güey.
Ay, pinche Chuy. No sea mamón, Chuy.
They are.
That's funny. So I was kind of shout out to the Death in a Hoodie podcast. Fucking
Yes.
hairy ass.
Peludo, güey.
Peludo, El
Brazo ese,
Peludo,
güey.
Sonny and Eric. Shout out to those guys. But we're kind of going through it, trying to get a little bit of research from you. You eventually started doing like what are they called, like talent shows and stuff like that, and you started doing it with some friends for a while, right?
Yes.
What kind of talent shows were these? What type of, was it mostly? What songs were you all singing and shit?
So the first talent show I did, it was dancing. And my friend Aubrey and I, we did a dance together, and then my friend Malvi and I did a dance together. Me and Aubrey did a dance too. Oh my God, I just sang the song yesterday. Skater Boy by Avril Lavigne.
Classic.
And
classic.
then
Classic.
me and my friend Malvi, she taught me a Bollywood dance, like from one of the movies.
Oh, that's cool.
And so we like dressed up for both of, it was a lot of fun. But that was my first experience doing a talent show, and that one I was cool with.
How old were you?
We were in 5th grade.
Damn, dude, I was still eating dirt at that age.
You're all like,
That's cool.
to have the like to get out on stage at the age of 5th grade, that's pretty talented. So you knew right away you're about it.
No.
Oh,
No.
damn.
I didn't want to, but my friends were like, let's do something. Let's do a dance or something. I don't know.
Peer
And
pressure,
then I was
guys,
like,
dude. Peer pressure, man. It'll take you places.
So the both the girls, they were like, yeah, like I'm down. Let's do something. And I was like, okay, like it got me excited. I was like, oh, okay. And so I was down to do it. And so I did that one. And then, but when I moved here, my mom was like, you should do the talent show again. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I don't know anybody. I'm not like, I didn't want to do the talent show. It scared me. And because she was like, you should sing. Like, why don't you sing? You love to sing. And I was like, mm-mm. And eventually she convinced me.
But during this time, would you obviously be singing like at home and stuff all the time? Was
Yeah.
it just something natural that you'd be doing all the time?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to a point where your mom's like, you need to go up there and sing. God damn it, Trey, what do you want? Jesus, dude. He's like trying to finger me and shit down here. I was like, ¿Qué chingados está haciendo, dude? We're in the middle of an interview, Chuy.
Está loco.
So well, I was also seeing you actually kind of started writing first, right? You started writing like poetry and stuff like that before you actually started like actual singing on your own.
Yes.
How was that process? I mean, I've always thought writing, especially like poetry, it's you have to be really, I don't know, very gifted for that shit. I've tried it before and I can't even read my own handwriting sometimes, let alone write something that's poetic. How was that process for you? When did it start? Where did that love come from?
I honestly, I couldn't tell you where it started because I also like I read a lot as a kid. So I guess it was start there. I read a lot as a kid. I always had a book with me. So like, even like when we would be at the stores, like me and my mom, I would grab a book, and as long as it took us to go through the store is like, I guess how far I would get in the book. And so I was always reading. And then,
What kind of books were you reading?
I read a lot of R.L. Stein, so like the Goosebumps stories. I read a lot of like the A to Z stuff. I don't know. I read all sorts of different kinds of books. And then I remember one time we were walking, I started carrying like a little notepad with me, and we were walking in the store, and I saw a shoebox and it said Pro Spirit, and that was my first story that I wrote, and it was about a girl overcoming like her fear of like trying to do her best at something. She was a runner, and so
She'll runner, she'll track star. She don't run away when it gets hard.
But that's what that was, and that was my first time writing a story. But in elementary school, they had us doing a lot of different projects in my classes. So in 5th grade, yeah, I want to say 5th grade. Honestly, I don't know. It's been a
Man,
minute.
everything happened in 5th grade for her, dude.
It was either 5th grade or 6th grade, because I want to say it was 5th grade because of a specific teacher, and I remember them being a 5th grade teacher because we did like the whole like
Switching classes, yeah.
rotating classes already. So I think it was in 5th grade, and we were learning different like poetry styles. So we were learning like about haikus and all that fancy stuff. And I had this little accordion book that they made us make for a project, and it was all the different types of poetry. And so I don't know. I've just been writing for a long time.
That's awesome, dude. Hey, kids, that's why y'all need to start reading, dude. All right,
You gotta
drop the
start
TikTok.
writing.
All right, drop the TikTok, Chewy.
No.
No, you Chewy, drop the. You should have seen him. You know, when TikTok went down, he's like, dude, I can't do the pod no more. My life is over. Like, I'm moving out of the country.
Divorce, bro. Like, she
like-
just left me. Like,
like out of the
And
blue
then she came
too.
back.
Yeah, dude, she came back.
Overnight, you know,
She's
the-
like, psych.
Que una peda, que,
She came back and he's like, you know everything I said, bro? I was kidding. Like, I knew she would come back. And thanks to Daddy Trump.
That one hurt.
Oh my god.
Jesus. The only good thing that Trey got out of Trump was TikTok.
Barely.
But-
Don't judge, fuckers. Don't judge. Everyone was hurting.
But that's awesome. I mean, I think that takes a lot of talent, especially to write anything and then to kind of turn that into songs. When was your first gig, like by yourself, like singing in front of people? Do you remember?
I want to say probably in 2017.
Where and what happened? How did it turn out? Standing ovation?
Oh my god.
See, you got to remember these type of things.
I know. I try not to think about them sometimes though.
Why?
Because either it's like, I don't know. It's like weird sometimes to think about those things. But I guess one of the first times that I guess like my first gig with my music, I want to say it was either it was 2017 for sure.
Like with your own music that
Yeah,
you
with
wrote.
my own music. And that was at some like underground bar. It was called Liquid Courage. That's what it was called.
Oh, it sounds familiar.
I don't know if it's still around. But that was my first show with my own music. And that was an experience. My first gig.
I mean, before this, you were doing like covers like at other places and stuff like that? Or was this like your first ever gig?
So I moved here. I wanted to do orchestra and choir, but choir was filled. So I did orchestra and I joined theater. My orchestra teacher and her husband had an orchestra, they might still had an orchestra outside of it. It was like a youth orchestra, but they also had like a band mixed with it. So it was the El Paso Electric Rock Youth Orchestra.
Oh,
And
cool.
so we did gigs like around town. We were able to travel out to California. We performed at Disneyland. We performed at Coney Island. We also did a show at Carnegie Hall, which was insane.
She went on a tour, bro.
Basically.
That's what
Jesus.
that was his vision. So like we would go to like different places. Like it started here in El Paso, and he'd done it before with like previous like versions of the orchestra. And like as the kids get older, obviously like they go do their own thing. So I was part of like the new set of orchestra kiddos for him. And my orchestra teacher was like, "Well, you like to sing, don't you?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like,
He's
yeah.
like, "No."
Yeah. And she was like, "Well, why don't you like go audition? Like go like have him hear you sing?" And I was like, "That's scary. I don't want to do it." And so because I was
Damn, and then audition?
I was really shy and throughout middle school and like not so much high school, but still like pretty reserved. So like if you would talk to anyone that I knew in high school, they'd be like, yeah, no, she wasn't like very, very talkative. But I was like in theater and orchestra. And so I went and I did it. I did the thing. And he gave me some parts to sing. And I was really excited about that. It was a lot of cool working with them. It was a lot of fun working with all like the different musicians because I was also playing the violin and singing. And they encouraged me to do that and play at the same time. And I got like an electric violin. It was a whole thing. It was a lot of fun. But that was my first exposure performing like in that way.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's a hell of a lineup.
And then from there you went to your gig where it was underground under a bar. Do you remember how many songs you sang or how that went?
I think I performed like 3 songs from an EP that we had worked on the year before or that year because we put it out pretty quickly because that first one I hadn't written my own song before. I was just writing poetry and stories. So they wrote majority of it and I like helped like write some of it. And that was what I performed at that first show at that like underground bar.
How did you feel? Nervous?
Yes.
Did you pass out?
No, but I probably might have if I hadn't like controlled myself a little bit.
How's that process of like going from writing poetry to kind of turning that into writing a song? Was it something kind of easy for you, or did it take some time to actually make it from poetry into a song, or was it kind of the same? Just singing it.
I talked about this a little bit with Death in a Hoodie.
Oh, you did? Okay, never mind,
and,
dude. Fuck those guys.
But I didn't mention.
Just kidding, dude. Shots fired.
But I had said that I had my first experience writing my own song. It took 3 hours. So that was what I took, where I took a piece of poetry that I had written and found it and a vibe. I found the vibe and then I wrote to it, and I think I wrote it in like 3 hours. And I came the next day to the studio and I was like, this is what I did. And
did you have a beat already, or is this something that you also create as you go? Do you
No, I found it on YouTube. I wish I had the talent to make my own beats, but I haven't.
Use your violin, dude.
I haven't played in such a long time. The last time I played violin was actually for the Carnegie. Was it?
Do you miss it? Do you think you can still play?
Yeah, it's like muscle memory. But the thing that I would have to definitely practice is like my sight reading. Like if I want to read music, just because I've been so out of practice, I haven't read music.
Imagine that for us, dude. We could barely read. Now imagine trying to read music.
And when it comes to beat, what kind of genre is your music type, or how do you categorize that?
So the R&B that we worked on, that was like full like, what do they call it? Because it's not like just R&B. They call it like something R&B. But that was what that was. And then I got really into like bedroom pop, kind of like Clairo type vibes, Billie Eilish, kind of like early Billie Eilish. And then from there, I kind of like ventured off and I tried like a little bit of pop. I tried a little bit of like, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. But I think I lean like in between like pop and R&B for my own music.
Okay, but you could really do anything. I mean, even from like the jazz type music, which I'm a big fan of. When I was doing some research and seeing some of your clips that you have on your page, you have a really great voice when it comes to the jazz, you know. And how did you get into that genre, I guess? Did you get invited to be a part of a band or something?
Mm-hmm. So I have a friend, shout out Steve.
Hey,
Mr. Hayes.
Shout out Steve.
He is okay. So the way I met Mr. Hayes was through I decided that I was going to do theater again. I was like, I want to do something. I want to do some musical theater. I want to sing. I want to act again. Where do I go? And one of my friends in the music department told me about a company doing Into the Woods. And I was like, say no more. And he was like, he's like, I'll be honest. He's like, auditions were like, I think this is the last day for auditions, or it's like the day after the last day. But I told her about you, and she was like, yeah, for sure. Like, go ahead and send her in, and like tell her to come and just like have like a monologue prepared. I can't remember if it was the day after or if it was.
It's pretty much almost last minute.
Yeah, it was like super last minute. They were like, I don't know like what kind of part you'll get, like if you get a part. Yeah. But she said like just try like yeah, I'm telling you, just go. And so I went and I got the part of the harp and like some background characters, and it was so fun. I didn't know what to expect as a harp, but it was a lot of fun. And the harp is important because Mr. Hayes, he made my costume. So he like constructed a harp like body piece, like a strap, and it lit up and everything. And it's like it was super cute. Cool. And his daughter and his son were in the play. Actually, were both of his daughter and son were in the play. And so he was helping with costumes and set and stuff like that. And so that's how I met him. And I sang a little bit in the musical. And fast forward to 2 years ago, and I got a call from Lush Life Quintet. They were like, we'd like to have you like come like do like a trial, come sit in and like hang, see how you like it. Have you ever done jazz before? And I was like, no. But
were you even listening to like jazzy stuff by this time?
I asked him to send me, I was like, well, send me a list of songs that you guys usually do, and I can see how many that I know and like try a couple out. And he sent me a list, and surprisingly, I had known like quite a few relatively well, if not like completely. And so I went, I sat in, and they were like, yeah, like we'd love to have you like come around and join us from time to time, like because they switch out their singers for different shows. It's really cool. They switch out their singers, they switch out their like the whole band? Yeah, pretty much the whole band.
We should try out, dude.
What are you gonna play?
I'll sing.
Oh, damn. I want to sing.
I'll be like the Spanish jazz.
You're better at dancing.
That too. We could do that too.
And tanga.
I forgot about that. I knew how to dance, dude. Nobody knows that, Chewy.
But yeah, and so I found out after. They're like, yeah, Steve Hayes, he's the one that referred you to us. And I was like, no way, because I hadn't seen him in a while.
So you hadn't even really seen him or heard of him, and then like 2 years ago, you just get this call from this band. They're like, hey, you want to come try out? Mm-hmm. And so you've been doing that for 2 years now, right? With them, about 2 years now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How does that, I mean, we've seen the videos. Is that something that you kind of see that you're going to keep wanting to do?
Yeah, I love working with them. It's a lot of fun. It's really relaxing. So like, it's like a nice, it's a nice environment. Great people to work with. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I kind of wanted to go back during this research. You were also on 2019, the Neon Desert Music Fest, right? Mm-hmm. Tell us more about that. It's a big deal here in El Paso.
Yeah, congrats on that.
Yeah, Neon Desert, sheesh, good times, dude. Good times.
That was crazy. At first, I thought it was a joke.
How did that come around? Did somebody just call you and be like, "Hey, you're on"?
I got an email. And it said Neon Desert. I was like, oh, it's probably like, like the ticket sales. Right. Oh, like here's the tickets.
Here's a discount. Yeah.
and I read the email and I was like, what? I was like, me? I was like, I'm barely like doing it. Who am I? And so I read the email. I showed my mom and like probably my friends. And I was like, dude, like,
that's a big deal.
I was like, is this real?
It's like, if it was me, it's like, dude, all right, I made it, dude. After this, I'm retiring.
And I want to give you your flowers because I'm looking at it. You had a lineup with Wiz Khalifa, Young Thug. You had Rez, Miguel, Stevie Aoki, Tory Lanez. Like, and then you look at the bottom and you see Jordan Taylor. Like, how does that feel?
That was pretty crazy. I still have the little flyer.
Yeah.
I have the flyer and I have like like those little circle fans.
Dude, that's so awesome.
Yeah, the little circle fans. I have the memorabilia. Like I have the wristbands still.
Oh fuck yeah! Oh, yeah.
We gotta print this out and have her sign it, dude.
That'd be pretty cool.
And then we'll frame it up there somewhere.
How does one prep for something like that?
Yeah.
Dude, I had no idea. Like, I'm gonna be so completely and totally honest. Like, total transparency. I had no idea what I was doing. So. Like I was still super like, well, I still feel super new like to the whole like music thing. And so I like every step that I'm taking, everything that I experience is like it's new. So at the time it was even like crazier because I was like, that's crazy. I'm down. But like, what do I like? Where do I even start? And then like the news was like, can we do an interview with you? And then some other people were like, let's get an interview in with you. And I was like, I don't know.
It's like all at once just coming at. It's like it's probably like walking throughout like a dream, right? You know, everything's just happening so fast.
Like, I wish I could tell you how I prepared, but I got down on my knees and prayed.
Yeah, that's how it is. Just close your eyes and went in there.
Please just let me get through this alive. And but it was a lot of fun. It was definitely something I'm grateful to have experienced. And it was even cooler because I think Pale Waves was playing like on the stage next to me, and I was like, I know I'm performing, but I'm trying to see.
You're singing while fucking watching too.
But yeah, like on top of that, you know, getting to see some cool artists. I saw Rez, I saw Kelly Uchis.
That's what I'm saying.
It was crazy. Like,
damn, dude, Chewy, we fucking picked the wrong career way. We should have fucking gone into singing, dude. God.
Never say never, my boy.
Hey, you know, it could be a side gig. We'll have Jordan Taylor here teach us.
Producer and everything.
Yeah, dude.
I know a
She'll
little
be
bit
our
more
coach.
now. But yeah, no, seriously, like I didn't know what I was doing at the time. I was just kind of winging it, kind of like I
just going with the flow.
Practiced for it. And then like I had wanted to like do, I guess like some type of choreography for it, but then like when I got to the stage, I was like, I'm gonna trip and fall. Like if I do anything, like I'm gonna die like right here. Like it's first and last performance. Like
I mean, that must be so nerve wracking. I can just imagine.
Oh, I was shaking.
Have you ever had like a setting you know, one of the times that you're seeing or something, a gig where it just kind of goes bad? Like what's your worst like gig moment that you've had? If there's been any.
There has.
She fell, dude. She passed out.
No, okay, not that bad. Like, okay, so in the beginning, so I think I would just get really nervous, and it would get to the point where like I couldn't feel my arms or legs.
Damn.
So her body would pretty much pass out except for her.
Wobble.
She'd be like autopilot still singing.
Basically, and I was like, I would get off stage and people were like, how do you feel? I'm like, I can't feel my arms. And and they would laugh, and I'm like, no, seriously, like I can't feel anything. But other than that, I probably, you know, forgot lyrics. I've cracked on stage, like my voice is cracked on stage. I forgot.
But I'm sure that like cracking, because you have such a good voice, I feel like they probably thought like, oh, it's part of it, dude. That sounded good. Like that's how they were.
Sometimes I've gotten away with it, and I'm like, yeah. It was part of it was on purpose. It was a character choice for sure. But there's been times where like I'm like, oh my god, like you can like totally tell like that was not part of the plan. Like, but I mean, you just kind of roll with the punches.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's part about, you know, performing. You know, you just anything could go wrong at any time.
I used to find not purposefully, but I would end up coming across videos of like some of my favorite singers and like their worst moments, and it would make me feel so much better because you know, like they always present like, you know, everyone presents the best side of themselves, but it's out there. I mean, like Billie Eilish falling, Ariana Grande cracking, like me hearing it, I was like, that's crazy, because I mean, you hear Ariana Grande and you're like, pitch perfect, like everything, but we're only humans.
Yeah,
so.
but if it happens to them, it'll happen to anybody. That's so cool. So we're getting close to almost 30 minutes already. Time's coming by really, really quick. What we're going to do before we go on our break, on our next break, actually, when we come back, I do want to get more into your music. You were also on Midnight Sessions. That's fucking amazing, dude. Pretty cool. Shout out to you. Shout out, Evan. Shout out, bro. That's
a highlight right there.
Yeah, that's a big highlight too. But before we go on break, there's a song, you know, your album, your new song, May, right? Mm-hmm. It's kind of work. Before we do listen to this, can you look into this camera right here and let everybody know where they could find you, find your music, and all that?
So you can find me on Instagram. I'm mostly on Instagram. It's Jordan with 2 N's, Taylor with 2 A's. I have a website. It's jordantaylourmusic.com. Super easy, super simple. You can find my music literally anywhere. So you can find it on Spotify, YouTube Music, YouTube, Apple, Deezer. If you know what that is, it's everywhere.
Everywhere, guys, everywhere. So guys, we'll have all those links here at the bottom below. You guys make sure to go and check out here Miss Jordan Taylor. Jordan, before we present this song, tell us a little bit about all this music that you made. This is your latest music that you've had out, right? Tell us a little bit about that, and then introduce the song for us, please.
So you want me, wait?
Just
so
tell us how this song. Yeah, all of it. Just all.
Okay. So the birth of this song, it was originally part of a project that I had started putting together for the year 2019. I wanted to go through all of the months of 2019 and just put it all into songs, like my experiences, all that good stuff, all that sad stuff, all that bad stuff, all the feelings, all the emotions, and kind of just make just like a little collection. But it was never completed. So it's been a few years since then, obviously. But I have quite a few that are still like that were originally part of that project that I'm hoping to still put out, but in a different revived version of the project. But yeah, that's how it started. This song in particular is May, and it's just about talking about how you could love someone, how much you could love someone if they let you.
Oh, guys. And one more time, this song is called May, right?
May.
We'll be right back, guys, right after this.
Chilling after dawn, you my shoulder to lean on. Chilling after dawn, you my shoulder to lean on. Yeah, I could be your angel, I could be your baby girl if you will love me. If only you will love me.
Welcome back, guys. Episode number 51 with the great Jordan Taylor. That's right, she's got 2 first names. Not just that, she's got a great story, guys. I want to jump back into it here, Jordan. We said that we were doing research. You had that podcast, that whole Midnight Sessions, which is a big deal here in El Paso. Yeah, so shout out to that. Tell us more about that. How did that come around? Let me guess, they send you an email like, yo, get on.
So Evan sent me a DM. He actually sent me a DM, like I think like a couple of years before I actually did it, and we talked about it. I think a little bit on the podcast, like how he had reached out and then nothing happened. But I think it was my bad because either I forgot to respond.
Yeah, it happens. I could tell. Jordan, and you know what? And I didn't want to bring this up, but now that we've talked and now that we're comfortable, now that we're friends, all right? Jordan, you message Jordan on IG, guy. You're going to have to wait about 3 to 5 business days for an answer. That is real right there, dude. I sent her a message today to just confirm. And then 3 hours later, she's like, oh my God, I just saw this. I was like, dude, you actually saw it? It took you 3 hours, not 3 days?
Worse than me.
Yeah, dude, she's worse than her, dude.
And that's bad.
Yeah.
And so I tried to fix. So a long time ago, Instagram had become like really overwhelming for me. I was like, I can't do this, and so I turned off all my notifications. Like I turned on my notification for Instagram, for TikTok, not for TikTok, for Twitter.
Not TikTok though, guys. Not TikTok.
I didn't have TikTok at the time. It wasn't around. I don't know, but I didn't have it.
White line.
But yeah, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all that stuff. Rest in peace, Twitter. But yeah, I turned everything off, and then people were messaging me and I wasn't seeing them because I didn't have the notifications, and I wouldn't see them until like I would get onto Instagram, which would be like 3 to 4 days late. And I was like, oh my God, this is getting really bad. And so I turned it on and it still didn't work. And now
she's still working. Hey, Kiwi, you need to help her out with that. Like every hour, just be like, yo, look at your freaking messages, because
I don't ignore them.
Carrie said it, dude.
Okay.
I didn't think I was going to use that button today.
So, you know how...
I know, Theo. I know.
You know how Meta and Instagram are now combined?
Yeah, fuck that shit, dude.
Yeah, okay, exactly.
Yeah.
So now I get my notifications times 2. And so So any message or any like notification I get on Instagram, it doubles, and so like it'll be like one on top of the other, but it'll be covered by everything else, and so I won't see it. I still won't see it, and then like it's all jumbled together because you know how you have the like little sections in the notifications, and you can do the drop down.
I just picture Jordan just like clear, Kiwi, hey.
Actually, you know what? Let me show you.
Let's see how many messages she has unopened.
Look it. Okay, I'm on Do Not Disturb. Okay.
Jeez.
I'm on Do Not. So this isn't even everything. Like
I saw
like,
Domino's. That's all I saw.
But
Te voy trae hambre, dude.
Hungry,
Always
like-
hungry, dude.
And then
I saw Domino's right there.
These are just all the ones that popped up on the Do Not Disturb, and so they just get like this message right here is also probably somewhere down here.
So you just keep getting them because you know it's linked to the meta and all that.
Yes, and it's so.
And then so it gives you
annoying.
another reason not to answer back. I get it. Whatever. Then we get it.
But
We get it.
I try to keep up, but sometimes I do get overwhelmed. So if I
Get somebody to help you on your socials.
I'm trying.
Should you get somebody to get you on your socials? I get Chewy too, and it's funny because like he'll run our social, and then I'll see that he's active, and then I'll send him a message, and he's motherfucker still won't answer, dog. He's like, oh, he's gonna put me to work, and which it's probably true, but
That's so funny. But yeah, so yeah, sometimes I will like respond. I try to respond right away, but it's like give me like 2 to 3 business days, just in case.
So if it's on a Friday, guys, you'll probably hear it on Tuesday, all right? So they tried, I guess, like the first time they tried to like do something.
So they had tried to message me the first time, and then was it DM or was it email? I don't know. At the time, I wasn't checking either. Listen, I'm trying to be as honest as possible. Okay.
No, it's true. I mean, look at Chewy, dude. He even though I get tell him every single day, it's like he still does it on purpose. It's like if he does, like if he responds right away, I feel like Chewy doesn't feel like that's him. You know, it's like he'll see the message, and I could see him because I seen him before where like somebody sends him a message and he'll see it and be like,
Hey, so sometimes it gets overwhelming sometimes, and you're like, I need to put down the phone. Like
Yeah,
it's just like I just want to do like
Not right now. You know?
it's not like if you're reaching out to your artist friends, be nice. Reaching out to your podcast
Yeah, guys,
friends, be
yeah.
nice, because
Yeah.
most of the time where it's 1 to 2 people, and still like if it's one person taking care of the socials.
no, and she's right, guys. She's right. We were explaining to you earlier that like our page got taken down, and so before we had like, you know, we had our TikTok, we had our IG, we had our Facebook as well. So having to get all these other messages and stuff was kind of like, okay, I gotta go into here, gotta go into there. So when all that came, now it's just our TikTok and IG, and it's a bit easier, you know. But sometimes we'll get a couple of messages, and I think I responded, it's just never sent. But then, you know, that's only like 2 hours later.
Speaking of emails and messages, I have some that I need to respond.
Kiwi, write it down for her, please, dude. Write it down. That's what you need. You need somebody to just be like, hey, check your fucking email, dude.
Just be on top of it.
Just be on top of it.
But yes, they reached out to me. Sorry.
Yeah, we're going. We're going back.
Right
Come
away.
on, Chewy.
It's because you were talking about your session, but
Yeah, let her explain. Let her explain first.
Oh, so yeah, they messaged me, they emailed me, whichever one it was. Finally, recently, we were able to get together and finally make it happen, which is really cool. We when we talked about it on the podcast, we were like, you know what, it was probably not meant to work at that time. So you know, fate has a funny way of working, and it was super cool.
Yeah, we'll play a little bit of what you were doing there, and we'll put up the video here for you guys in the link so you guys to go and check it out. It's such a cool experience, man. True, we need to literally start like a duo band or something.
it's because I'm not gonna lie, that May song is pretty cool, and I saw they popped up right now. That's why I was trying to. So you recorded it, and then you performed it, and then you're about to barely release the music video. So that's pretty cool. You've been working on this for a while, so congrats.
Yeah, thank
Oh,
you.
yeah.
I actually did I do midnight sessions before I recorded the song? Yeah, right. So I did midnight sessions before I even recorded May. So the musicians, not all of them are on the recorded track. My guitarist, and then we had a different bassist, And then my brother actually did the drums he laid down the drum track for me. So
Nice.
shout out little brother.
Shout out, little bro, helping the sister out.
And how long was that session for?
Damn. It was a good chunk of time because we were there for a while, and then there was a double session, so it was me and then it was Crystal poppin'. So that was the first time I met Crystal. And it was
That's
really
cool.
that was really
That's
cool.
Yeah, shout out Crystal Poppin', dude.
Shout out Crystal.
Part of that Bad Bitches Club.
BB's only. Bad bitches only.
You know what's so funny is that, you know, that time when she started, you know, talking about like big boys and shit, then Chewy was like going wild because there was a time where like she said, I love me a big boy. And Chewy just like, that's when he started responding all quick, bro. Did you hear what Crystal said, bro? I think I got a chance. And
I hit the DM, the email. I hit the bat signal with the elote and everything. Nah.
he's still waiting, dude. It's
Nah,
okay,
she-
dude.
Dario se la ganó.
She's super cool. She's super
Yeah,
sweet.
she's-
Shout out to my shorties, my short girlies. I've gotten quite a few times that like when people meet me, they're like, I thought you were taller, and I'm like, gee, thanks. But they're like, I don't know, you look like taller like in your Instagram, and I honestly thought Crystal was a lot taller than me, and we're short.
Yeah, you
girlies.
both are shorties.
We're both shorties, and so when I met her, I was like, oh my god, we're eye to eye.
It's that way.
That's so cool. That's awesome. So you guys were there for a while.
Yeah, we were there for
and then
a while.
you finally had and recorded that music video, right? How did that idea? Who did you connect with to create your music video? Because it's a good music video. I liked it.
Thank you. So Trey, shout out Trey.
Shout out Trey, dude. So many shout outs from this one, dude.
There's so much love in the community. That's
Yes, we love the community. So Trey, he's not in El Paso anymore. He's out in New York doing his thing, which is super
Alright.
cool.
why. Represent.
So Trey's also a musician. So he dabbles in the rap. He doesn't dabble. He kills it. But
Fire.
When she got she dabbles. No, you know what? No. No manches, dude.
but yeah, so Trey be doing his thing, and he had posted something about his like videography, like his like different packages and stuff. And he's doing something specifically for artists, and so I reached out and I was like, dude, if you're still doing this, like, I'm down like to work on something together. And so we got together, we exchanged ideas. I told him what I was looking for, the kind of vibe that I was trying to set. My inspo was something like dreamy, ethereal, something that makes you feel like you're like cruising down the coast in California. Yeah. And I was like, I just want to capture that essence. We don't have a beach, but we have great sunsets. So he was like, okay. He's like, I got 2 locations in mind. He's like, we're going to hit those 2. I'm going to check them out beforehand. And so he did his scouting, and then he sent me time, place, and we got together. We recorded it. Did
Did you guys do it in one day? How long did it take to record it?
2 days.
2 days. Damn, that's not
2
bad.
days. Yeah, 2 days. It was 2 days.
When did you release it?
Actually, it's not released just yet. The little clip that is out, it's like a little teaser for it. But it's going to come out in April. The month before the actual song name. But so May comes out in April. And
May comes out in April.
I was going to
love it.
release it earlier. But Trey messaged me, and because I hit him up and I was like, hey, I want to put out the music video. Like, is there anything that you want me to like mention besides obviously like you and your work and like your pages and stuff like that? Anything else in particular? Like the guy whose car we use, but he was like, nah, like he doesn't have an Instagram. And then I was like, okay, cool. I'll probably post it like soon. And then he messaged me and he was like, so you're going to want to hold on before posting it.
Uh-oh.
I submitted it to a film festival. And I was like, a film festival? He's like, and it got accepted. So it got accepted.
Damn. Super mega congrats on that.
Jesus. It's just like falling in her lap, like everything she does,
That's
dude.
fire.
And it started in 5th grade. That's fucking crazy. Shit.
It got accepted to the Las Cruces Film Festival. So it's going to be shown out in Las Cruces over there. And it's really cool. So I wasn't aware of the Las Cruces Film Festival. I'd probably heard it, like, or maybe I heard the New Mexico Film Festival. I don't know. One of them. And I did my research on it. And they got some cool people that go out there, like, to the film festival and, like, that, I guess, judge and critique and, like, talk and stuff like that. So that was really cool.
Is there like an award that goes out for this after? Do you think? Do you know?
I don't remember.
And then this is happening in April.
This is happening in April. Actually, it's happening. It's like a week-long event. Let me tell you.
Oh,
That's pretty cool.
Let me tell you. So it's gonna be April 9th through the 13th, and we're gonna try and go out there actually to see it premiered out there, and we're really excited. I'm really excited, especially because the music video, Trey captured everything that I was trying to emit from it perfectly. Like, it was just so perfect.
He just did his
It
thing.
was something we were really proud of.
I mean, I guess he knew how good it was. Because it was like, even just that little trailer, it's just like a vibe, you know, with the song being so good too. Like, I think the video went so well. So I'm sure he would have thought like, hey, you know what, why not show it off at a freaking fest like that, which is a good idea. Shout out to him again.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Shout out to him.
And the fact that you won, that's awesome.
Yeah. But
yeah, we'll find out the results, hopefully. It is open to the public, so if anyone wants to come out and
go see. So if you go, let us know, and then if anything, we could plan a vlog and go out there and check it out with you.
Yeah.
Other than that, I know that you play around. You have different gigs at different places. Do you have like a weekly place that you go to often where people could go and see you?
Yes, I'm at 1922 every week, and it's usually on Fridays. This upcoming month is going to be a mixture of Thursdays and Fridays, so I'll have a little bit of an earlier show and then the late shows. If I'm there on a Thursday, it's from 8 to 10, and if I'm there on a Friday or a Saturday, it's from 10 to 12. So that's where I'm usually at.
Hell yeah.
Every
Do you
week.
have any other like big events coming up later on, or does stuff kind of come up surprisingly sometimes for you? Or
Well, by the time this episode comes out, I'll have done a little Selena night for
oh, that's right, that's
Ella.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's Saturday.
Yeah,
What's today?
on Saturday, as well as a market with CASPI. It's a Center Against Family and Sexual Violence. They're great people. It's a prevention market. So hopefully you guys are there, even though you won't know about it until right now.
Yeah. We'll make sure to post it. You've shared I think you've shared a flyer for it, right?
Yes.
Or something. So we'll go ahead and also share that for you guys. That's very cool. How did you get involved with that? I know that you care a lot about the community. I saw at one point you posted about how they were canceling all the art stuff when it comes to the schools.
Yeah.
How important is that for you?
The fine arts program, quite literally, I could say, really did like have a huge impact on my life, or even save my life per se. It's always been a huge part of like my life growing up. The arts, art, music, all different forms of art. It's been an escape. So when I found out that was happening, not only like my own teacher, my orchestra teacher, she's still teaching at my middle school. And obviously it was impacting her because it was a Socorro district. So her and we have friends that are teachers now, and some of them are in the Socorro district, some of them are in other districts. When I found out, it was kind of scary, like, because one, it's hundreds of jobs, first of all, and those are people's livelihoods. So it's how they put food on the table. It's how they support their families. And as an artist, it's already hard, and it's hard as a teacher. And I feel like there was no reason to get rid of the jobs. It's something that it's a consequence of how things are handled the years prior, which is the crappy part. So it's something that initially could have been avoided had things been looked at, and I guess thinking of the bigger picture, thinking ahead a little bit more, because once you get comfortable in something, you can overstep your boundaries. And that is essentially what was kind of said that happened. And we were there for 5 hours. Kids, a lot of kids. So it's like huge props to the kids putting together these speeches. And when I say kids, I mean like not just high schoolers.
These were young kids. We saw some of this
Yeah.
testifying in front of everybody and saying, because like you said, like it obviously, excuse me, it obviously made an impact on your life. I mean, from what you're doing, and that was all because of these fine arts classes. And that's something that I feel too. Like, hey, if it's not there, like you're preventing so much talent to be seen, and not just that, but even if it doesn't come up as a career, that's something that kind of like a gateway that kids could go to and express themselves.
Like it's not just it's not always just a class. Your fine arts classes, your arts classes, I like to say that, so there's your academic classes, and then there's your fine arts classes. And your academics classes, there can be a lot of pressure to do everything perfect to the T. You have to understand this in order to move forward. But in the arts, it leaves room for you to make mistakes and make something of your mistakes. And they teach you how to make mistakes without shame, without feeling like a burden, without feeling like you're taking up space, because you're not. So kids form like families, not just in fine arts. You can form families in your academics classes as well, but it's such a different environment because it's so freeing. It's a little slice of freedom outside of your academics. And I mean, if you go and watch the YouTube video, I don't know if it's still up because it was broadcasted on YouTube or on Facebook somewhere. I don't know if they saved them, but if you got a chance to see it, or if you didn't, there was a bunch of little kids that were really hard to watch because some of them don't have siblings, some of them don't have parents,
dude.
and they were pretty much asking for them not to take away their home, or not to take away their families. Damn. And it was really hard to hear little kids say stuff like that, and then 5 hours later basically like get slapped in the face with a huge fat no. And it's just I'm like, don't cry.
No, you know what? It shows that you really true care. And then for somebody to actually go and be there, because a lot of people could give their opinion and be like, oh, they shouldn't do that. But to actually go and actually be there in person and support, I think that just shows a lot. And I think a lot of people should actually do that. You know, you care about something, you know, even though you're not in school anymore, but on whatever type of it is, if you support something, like go out there, let your voice be heard. It's unfortunate though that, you know, you could have already tell that it was going to be already a big old no, you know, and so having these kids and these teachers go up and you know, give their speech, it was hurt. It hurt a lot. But I do give my hats off to you to actually, you know, even the position that you're in, being already somebody that's working in the career of singing and all that, to still go back and support that. So shout out to you. Big shout out to you.
It's to me, it's like, I mean, thank you, but I guess it almost still feels like not that it's nothing, because it's not nothing to show up, but it's just something that stuck with me, like since I was a little kid. So all my teachers, God, I'm gonna cry.
Don't cry, dude. It's okay.
It's too late. Oh my God. I love my teachers. I love my arts teachers so much.
And can you tell us who they were, their names, so that way we give them a shout out?
So my choir teacher in elementary school was Miss Ringel. That was in Dallas. My orchestra teacher here in El Paso was Mrs. Garcia. God, my theater teacher was Mrs. Ponsford. My choir teacher in high school, choir teachers was Mr. Adame and Mr. McDowell. My orchestra teacher, sorry, not my orchestra teacher, my theater teacher in high school, Mr. Rodriguez. There's so many of them.
You're making me want to cry, dude. It's but that's beautiful. Shout out to all those teachers. I mean, they know it very well, but this is proof that they make impact on kids, you know.
Education is like a real thing out here, you know.
But Taylor, I'm so sorry that we had to ask you that question.
No, it's okay. First time crying on a podcast.
Hey! No, but I mean, it's for a good reason. And man, I do want to wish all those people affected the best. Hopefully, there's more that could be done. I'm not the type of guy that gets very political or really go, but when I do see somebody that has a passion for it or actually does care, and like you said, like you even said, like it's nothing to be there. That just shows like how much you really appreciate all that. And guys, please, guys, make your voice heard. This is an unfortunate thing, but Taylor, you're cool, okay? You're cool. You're good. But let's what I want to do now is we're kind of coming towards the end of this show. What we'd like to do is we like to get into some trending topics, but since we're talking about all this right now, can you do us a favor? Chewy, can you tell her what we'd like to do here with our guest?
Oh yeah. So what we like to do, my bad, I spaced out a little bit because that shit's pretty deep. So we'd like to ask our guests if they could look into this camera right here for 1 minute or up to 30 seconds and give the community a little bit of advice or some words of knowledge to the
Some motivation. Can you give these young people or anybody that's watching any words of advice or motivation?
Oh man, if you have something that you love, do not give it up. Do your thing, no matter how many times you feel like you've messed something up. If you feel like you're gonna mess up, it's okay. You learn through the process. Everything is about learning. Meet people. I know meeting people can be scary. I was a super, super duper shy person. Like I said, throughout middle school and high school, but you meet some really cool people, and you'll meet people that support and love everything that you do. It's worth it. So the stress, the anxiety, the hoops you'll jump through, it's gonna be hard, but it's gonna be worth it, and you will be so proud of yourself for doing it. So that's my piece of advice.
Just
don't give up.
Don't quit.
Don't quit.
Everything would be okay at the end, and if it's not okay, it's not the end yet.
Keep showing up.
Keep showing up. Yep. So Chuy, so what we're gonna do now? We do have a last segment here. We call it Saca el Chisme, and this one's hosted by my buddy Chuy.
So I like cheese, man. I really wish FitFam would answer us sometimes, but this is unofficially sponsored by FitFam.
Yes, our unofficial sponsor.
So shout out to them. I don't know if you guys knew, but there was a kid found at the brewery.
This motherfucker! I read this, dude, and holy shit! And it's what's crazy, Chuy. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll let Chuy explain.
Go for it, bro. So, K Fox has obtained a mugshot of this guy, right? His name was Alan Alberto, and this guy left his kid inside the bar for 3 hours on the west side.
3-year-old.
So this was on March 16th around 1 a.m. when they called it in. So if you go to FitFam, you can actually see a video of the cops walking in with the child in their hands. The guy said that he went and hid in the bathroom.
What?
So, excuse my French, fucking pussy.
Yeah, dude. If you, man,
I didn't know that he
some
did.
people should not be parents, man.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate for that kid, but fuck, dude. And this is not the first time that I've heard of something like this where they leave their kid in the car while their fucking parents are at a bar. I think this happened not too long ago, and it was like a woman that left her kid in the fucking car as well, dude.
And then the police report had said when officers arrived, found the child with tears rolling down her face, mucus around her nose, and said, "I want my dad," according to the arrest.
Wow.
No sea mamón!
Officers took the child for a medical center for a checkup, and
man, I hope that kid is doing okay, and like I hope that guy is fucking paying for it.
Hope he's
that
fucking
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Jesus.
What an asshole.
Jordan, don't you ever leave anybody, not even Kiwi, in the car, right? Kiwi, you make sure she don't leave you in the car, bro.
He makes a request.
He's like, I'll wait in here.
I'll wait.
You know what's so funny? Growing up, I was actually the same. You know, my mom will stop somewhere. I was like, just leave me in the car, mom.
Yeah.
That sun feels like it would like a warm blanket.
Yeah, dude.
I knock out in the car, dude.
It's probably because passing out so hot in there.
I just
my
need
mom will
some
roll up the
water.
windows on purpose.
But
Porque no te roben, mijo. And I was like, what?
I leave him some water, some snacks, and TikTok.
For real.
But for 3 hours, Kiwi?
Sí, se mamó.
He's like, dude, give me 4. I'm good.
Se mamaron.
All right, what's next, Tree? What we got next?
Earlier, you said you were a Disney girl, right?
Yes.
Do you happen to be a gamer by any chance? Yes.
A little bit.
Okay, that's cool. So check it out. I didn't know this, but Disney and Fortnite did a collab.
Oh, yeah. I think I saw that.
They did a collab. What?
Yeah.
The Disney and Fortnite collab is closer to launch as it enters stable build. The update comes a year after Disney's $1.5 billion investment in Epic Games, which revealed that this would be a new, expansive, and open games and entertainment universe connected to Fortnite. Specific details about this new universe remain unclear, but the project will feature Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and Avatar. Fans speculate it could include a Disney Infinity-style mode or a persistent Disney metaverse. Hopefully, this move to a stable build will mean we will get some official details very soon. The Disney and Fortnite...
That's crazy.
So I went into the comments deeping, and they said apparently they're gonna have like a section where like if you go to the park, you can interact with the game with the park. So like it makes you want to like dabble. They're making their money's worth. So
that's crazy.
What do you think of that?
I actually didn't. I thought I probably saw something else, but that's pretty crazy. I haven't played Fortnite in like.
I don't think I've never played Fortnite.
I haven't played Fortnite since COVID because my brother had it, and so he was like, just get it. Yeah, he was like, hop on, and I was like, okay. So I'd play with him. I'd play with some of the homies, and
the only like live streaming you do, which I saw, which wasn't too long ago, you do like kind of like karaoke, right, or something, or like you sing cover songs. You go live and you sing cover songs.
Yeah, sometimes I do that. For a little bit, I was streaming on Twitch, but like gaming. So I would play like Dead by Daylight, Valorant, Phasmophobia. So those are my 3 games that I was playing. But
Dude, you should go back to doing that and then singing while you play.
Dude, I would, because like sometimes like people will be on Valorant and that's their thing. Like if they're singers, so they'll play Valorant. But I don't know how, like I haven't really watched like their whole streaming. I usually just see their clips where they sing, so like they're loading in. But I'm like, I want to sing it, but actually be good at the game.
Well, fuck it. Hop back in and do the Disney Fortnite.
Hey, but at least you'll be good at one thing. I mean, if you suck at the game, at least your singing would be good.
You can't get mad at me. I serenaded you.
Fuck it.
Imagine her playing Call of Duty, bro, and she's singing, and then she fucking kills you, and she's singing in the back.
Oh,
I could be a
Dude, sometimes so I don't know if you guys know a lot about Valorant. Valorant sucks. I hate that game, but I play it religiously.
But it fucking sucks.
That's called an addiction, dude.
I sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes I would say like 10% of the time. I really wish we had the that like the I forget what it's
metaverse?
called. No. The kind of sound like where you can hear even the opposite team talking.
Oh yeah.
I forget what kind of audio. The spatial
the
audio.
Chat that
where you can hear like
when you can hear the whole team and stuff. Like if you get closer,
Because it's so funny. Like they have it for this newish game, and it's kind of like Among Us, but it's like more realistic looking characters.
Okay.
fucking Among
And so
Us.
like if someone's running from something, you'll hear.
Hey, you know what? I think I know what game, and I think Javi was playing that game just recently. That's so cool, man. We gotta get into that, Chewy. Imagine us two fucking playing games and talking shit.
It'd
be so funny to do like a podcast like that, like playing Phasmophobia.
And interviewing somebody.
Have you played Phasmophobia?
No.
I've never.
It's ghost hunting. But so you have like the surround sound, you have your headset.
Hell no.
Dude, it's so funny when you're playing because it does have the spatial audio. So like you can hear someone scream, but like it's far.
They're all far. Like the closer you get, the louder, right?
Yes.
That's just like It's like Chewy when he talks, like he's passing like a car, like you mentioned earlier. It's like a car passing by.
Yeah.
Mama, Chucky me habla.
So in Phasmophobia, they have walkie-talkie. So you can either talk like in Discord, or you can choose to talk via walkie-talkie. So you can hear so it's like quiet. I just shit my pants. That's a big.
Oh, that's hilarious.
But on the walkie-talkie, so it sounds like that. It's so funny. It's so fun. But like I can just like picture like a streamer, like a singer or something, and they're like, "Staying alive, staying alive."
Use your shirt.
Andrew, you had to bring up the tortas on every episode. Jesus. All right, guys. So
favorite.
Next
My
podcast is
favorite.
gonna be via phasmophobia.
that's what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna start doing that shit.
That's cool.
But this is what we're gonna do now. We're gonna go around this table. We're gonna give our last words. We're gonna start off here with my boy Chewy. Chewy, final words for you, my guy.
Ms. Taylor, I want to give you a thank you for driving all the way over here from Narnia. Taking your time. Honestly, don't stop grinding. Like, honestly, just seeing your name on that neon desert, I could see it like above and bigger and better. So don't stop, like you said. Keep showing up, and you got this, girl.
Damn, like I said, man, Chewy's just getting better at this and better at these final words, dude. Damn, Chewy, good job.
Casi me lo como, güey.
That reminded me of Javi's finger.
Oh.
Anyways, guys, we have a guy, a comedian. He was missing a finger. And he shoved it in my mouth on purpose. Yeah, I deep throated a finger. Never thought I would.
Pause.
I kind of like that. Say what? Say what?
She's all like, dude, we should put that on OnlyFans. Dude, shut up. anyways, Jordan, final words for you.
Thank you for having me on. It was so fun. You guys are funny. It feels like just feels like friends hanging out. So
Yeah, there we
thank
go.
you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you for having me. It's been a good time. Hopefully get to work together again soon.
Yeah, definitely. So Jordan, thanks again, like Chewy said, for driving all the way over here. Did you drive or did Kiwi drive? I think Kiwi fell asleep. Yeah. He was in it for the nap. But thank you. But thank you both for coming through. We always have an open door here, so anytime you want to come back, you let us know and we'll get you on. We want to wish you the best. You're very talented. You've done so much, but it sounds like there's still a lot more to go. I love that you're very active. You're always doing your music. Every time I go on your page, you're doing at some event, or you're singing here and you're singing there. Guys, for those that are planning or have a dream of becoming an artist, I think maybe looking up to Jordan Taylor will really show how
Facts.
How things could come along when you work your ass off and you do it with love. You actually do it with a passion, and we really enjoyed you here today, our conversations and everything. And for those that are watching, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as well. I hope you guys stay safe out there. All right, episode number 51. Y'all make sure to stay safe and stay fresh. We
Your spring.
are out. Jeez, time for tortas, Chewy.
Let's go, sáquelas.